Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to Grace Over 50, a place where we celebrate not just how we look, but who we've become. Let me ask you something gently. Have you ever caught your reflection in a store window or the bathroom mirror and paused? Not because of a wrinkle, not because of your smile, but because something felt softer, less defined. Maybe it's the curve of your jawline that used to be sharper, or the way your chin now blends gently into your neck. It happens quietly, almost tenderly, and yet for many of us, it can shake how we feel about our beauty, even if we don't say it out loud. But here's the truth no one tells you loud enough: you don't need a new face. You don't need to chase youth. What you need is a style, a shape that honors where you are now, and surprisingly, that begins right at the crown of your head. Yes, I'm talking about your haircut. In this video, we're going to explore 7 elegant, low-maintenance hairstyles that do more than flatter. They lift, they soften, they reframe your beauty with intention without a single needle or knife. From graceful lobs to layered cuts with movement, from gently sweeping bangs to bold pixie shapes, these styles don't hide your age. They help you step into it with quiet confidence and radiant grace. If that sounds like something you need today, stay with me, because your next haircut might just change how you see yourself in the mirror. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Every week, we create thoughtful videos just for women over 50 who still want to feel beautiful, visible, and empowered. Let's begin. Let's begin with a haircut that might seem simple at first glance, but carries the quiet power to soften, lift, and restore elegance to the face in ways few other styles can. I'm talking about the long bob, or lob as many stylists call it. Now, you might hear the word bob and think of something too sharp, too blunt, or too traditional. But the long bob is something entirely different. It's not about creating a statement. It's about creating a silhouette, a soft, flowing frame that skims the jawline, contours the neck, and gently guides the eye downward. And here's why that matters. As we move through our 50s, 60s, and beyond, one of the first areas that subtly shifts is our jawline. It might feel less defined. The skin just under the chin may soften. You wake up one day, glance in the mirror, and think, when did that area start to feel different? You're not imagining it, you're not alone, and you're certainly not less beautiful. What you're seeing is simply the natural evolution of your face. And instead of hiding that, the long bob works with it gracefully. The secret lies in where the cut ends. A traditional bob that stops right at the chin can sometimes do the opposite of what we want. It draws the eye to the fullest part of the face. But a long bob, especially one that ends just below the jawline, creates a vertical line that elongates the face and neck. It adds softness, not bulk, elegance, not weight. When styled with slight inward movement at the ends, what some stylists call a hugging shape, the hair gently frames the face without clinging. It smooths the transition from jaw to neck, creating a kind of visual contour that feels effortless and refined. But the cut is only half the story. Layers, even subtle ones, make all the difference. For women over 60, especially those with finer or thinning hair, invisible layers at the crown can add that much-needed lift. It's a small detail, but one that helps bring the eye upward, balancing the softness below with volume above. It's like giving your entire face a gentle upward nudge without any surgery, cream, or filler. And then there's the parting. A center part can sometimes feel too symmetrical, too flat, but an off-center or side part, that changes everything. It introduces movement. It disrupts harsh vertical lines. It creates asymmetry in the most flattering way. And when combined with a soft fringe or light curtain bangs, it draws attention directly to your eyes and cheekbones, exactly where you want it. Now let's talk color. The long bob shines when paired with dimensional tones. I'm talking about rich, warm hues like chestnut brown, soft mocha, deep auburn, or golden lowlights that frame the face. These tones catch the light, they add movement, and more importantly, they bring warmth back to the skin. Because as we age, the wrong hair color, too flat, too ashy, too dark, can drain us. But the right tone, it brings your skin back to life. It makes your eyes sparkle again. It highlights everything you still love about your face. What I love most about the long bob is how it moves with you. It's never stiff, never boxy. Whether you wear it sleek and straight, tousled and lived in, or with soft waves that dance when you turn your head, it adapts. It breathes. And it honors the stage of life you're in. It's low maintenance but high impact. You don't need to fuss with it every morning. You just need the right cut, the right shape, and a little bit of confidence. So, if you've ever looked in the mirror and felt unsure about your jawline, or you've simply wanted a style that makes you feel polished without being overdone, this could be your quiet revolution. The long bob doesn't scream for attention. It whispers elegance, it frames what's already beautiful, and it tells the world softly but clearly, I haven't faded, I've just evolved. If you've ever looked in the mirror and felt like your face is slowly drifting downward, you're not imagining it. Gravity has a quiet way of reminding us that time is moving, especially around the jawline, the chin, and the delicate curve where the neck meets the face. But here's the beautiful part. We don't have to fight it, we can flow with it. And one of the most graceful ways to do that is with soft, face-framing layers. Unlike heavy, one-length cuts that can weigh the face down or emphasize sagging areas, layered hairstyles create a sense of lightness and motion. They give the illusion that your hair and your spirit are still dancing, still vibrant, still in motion. So how does it work? It all starts with where the layers begin. For many women over 60, layers that start just below the chin are the most flattering. This creates what stylists call a curtain effect. Instead of clinging to the face or falling flat, your hair floats beside it. It softly covers the sides of the neck, elongates the silhouette, and gently blurs any sharp contrast between the jawline and the rest of the face. This curtain of movement acts like a soft filter, one that doesn't hide you, it reveals you in the most elegant way. And then there's the matter of volume. Strategic layering around the crown adds subtle lift, which is key for balance. Because when the lower face begins to soften, the eye naturally travels downward. But if the top of your hair has height and bounce, it gently redirects the gaze upward, toward your eyes, your cheekbones, your energy. The effect isn't dramatic. It's whispered beauty. You're not trying to look younger, you're reminding the world and yourself that you're still full of light. Now, for women with medium to long hair, soft layering is a dream. It keeps the length you love while removing heaviness. Instead of hair pulling your face down, it moves with it, adding rhythm and softness to every turn of your head. For fine or thinning hair, something many of us experience after menopause, layers can be a miracle. They add dimension and create the illusion of fullness, especially when paired with gentle styling tools like a round brush, a volumizing mousse, or even a touch of dry shampoo at the roots. And if your hair has a natural wave or curl, you're in luck. Layers allow your texture to breathe. Instead of ballooning out or falling limp, the hair finds its shape, a kind of effortless structure that flatters you from every angle. But here's something important. Not all layers are created equal. Avoid choppy, disconnected layers, especially if your hair is delicate. They can make the hair look sparse or overly styled. Instead, ask your stylist for long, blended layers that fall in soft tiers, curving gently as they frame the face. The result? A style that looks alive, that moves with the wind, with your steps, with your smile. And if you want to take it one step further, try adding soft waves or curls to the lower half of your hair. Not only does it enhance the movement, it brings a romantic, feminine quality that lifts the entire look. Even color plays a part here. Layered hair loves dimension. Warm highlights, soft caramel lowlights, or face-framing accents in honey or copper can create shadow and light where you need it most. These tones don't scream for attention, they glow. And that glow makes everything, your skin, your eyes, your presence, feel more radiant. Perhaps the most beautiful thing about layered hair isn't how it looks, it's how it feels. It feels like freedom, like grace in motion, like stepping into your next chapter with softness instead of resistance. Because at this stage of life, you don't need sharp edges or bold statements. You need movement, you need air. You need softness that lifts without saying a word. There's something quietly powerful about a woman who chooses short hair, Not loud, not dramatic, just sure of herself. She walks into a room, and before you even notice the cut, you feel her presence. Her eyes, her poise, her energy. That's the kind of beauty the long pixie delivers. And for women over 60, it's one of the most liberating, face-lifting, and soul-affirming hairstyles you can wear. Now, let's be clear, this isn't the old-school pixie of our mother's generation. It's not cropped tight, it's not severe. This is a modern pixie with longer sides, softness around the ears, and enough length in the front to frame your face gently, even flirt a little with your cheekbones. It's structured without being rigid, bold without being hard, feminine in the most unexpected way. What makes the long pixie so flattering for mature faces is its shape. As our jawlines soften and the skin under the chin becomes more relaxed, a shorter style with volume at the crown and length at the front works like a visual lift. It draws the eye upward, elongates the neck, and restores balance to the face. Think of it this way: instead of hiding the lower face, you're redirecting attention to your eyes, your smile, your spirit. And the softness of the layers, especially when they're feathered around the temples or swept gently across the forehead, adds a sense of lightness. Movement. Intentional imperfection. You're not trying to cover anything. You're saying, "This is me. And I'm still shining." For women with finer or thinning hair, which becomes more common in our 60s and beyond, the long pixie can actually make your hair look fuller. It removes weight from the ends while adding lift at the roots. The shape builds upward instead of dragging down. It's especially effective when paired with a textured crown, not spiky, not overdone, just softly tousled with a touch of volume. That subtle height at the top lifts the entire silhouette of the face, giving the illusion of a firmer jawline without a single invasive treatment. And then there's the magic of the side-swept fringe. By allowing just a little length near the eyes, whether it's a soft bang or longer face-framing pieces, you create movement across the forehead and temples. It softens strong features and adds dimension where you want it most. Color plays a beautiful role here too. Because shorter hair brings more focus to your face, this is the time to choose tones that bring light and depth. Think warm espresso with cinnamon highlights, silver gray with icy platinum strands, honey blonde kissed by soft gold lowlights. These shades don't just add richness, they illuminate. They reflect light onto your skin and eyes, creating the glow that often disappears with more muted, flat colors. But the real beauty of the long pixie, it's not just what it does to your appearance. It's what it whispers to the world, that you're done hiding, that you've let go of the need to explain yourself. That you've embraced simplicity, power, and presence without ever sacrificing softness. Because you can be soft and strong, you can be elegant and edgy, you can be 60, 65, or 70 and still feel like you. And when a hairstyle supports that, when it reveals who you are instead of trying to rewind the clock, that's not just flattering, it's freedom. So if you've been thinking about going shorter not as an act of giving up, but as an act of reclaiming, this may be your moment. The long pixie doesn't just cut away length, it cuts through doubt, and what's left is only the essential, only what's real, only what's always been beautiful, you. There's a kind of elegance that can't be faked. It's the way your hair catches the light when you turn your head, the gentle curve that brushes your cheekbone, the quiet movement that says, "I'm still here, I still shine." That's what the soft wavy lob is all about. And for women over 60, it's one of the most flattering, low-maintenance, and confidence-boosting hairstyles you can choose, especially if you're starting to notice a softening jawline or the subtle appearance of a double chin. Let's start with the length. The lob, or long bob, typically falls just below the chin and above the collarbone. It's long enough to create a graceful silhouette and short enough to avoid dragging the face downward. It doesn't stop harshly at the jaw like a traditional bob. Instead, it floats, lightly grazing the neckline and elongating your profile in the most natural way. But what truly transforms this cut is the wave, not curls. Not tight spirals, just soft, effortless bends that mimic the natural flow of wind-touched hair or a gentle night's sleep. These soft waves do more than add texture, they create movement. And movement, as we age, becomes more than a style. It becomes a strategy, because movement pulls the eye upward. It adds life to the hair and softness to the face. It blurs sharp lines, breaks up heaviness, and restores that lifted, airy feeling many of us miss. Especially around the cheeks and jawline, soft waves work like a gentle distraction. They create a dance of shadow and light across the lower face, one that guides the eye toward the eyes, the smile, the presence. This cut is not trying to be dramatic. It's not chasing trends or clinging to youth. It's honoring softness, the kind we earn with time, with grace, with knowing who we are. The key to making a wavy lob work beautifully lies in subtle layering. Just a few delicate layers near the ends can release weight and help the waves move more freely. You don't want choppiness, you want flow. Like water around a stone, like fabric in a breeze. For women with fine or thinning hair, this also creates volume and depth without needing heavy styling. A bit of mousse, a few twists of a wide barrel iron, or simply braiding your hair overnight can give you the perfect texture with almost no effort. If your hair already has a little natural wave or bend, even better. Let it breathe, let it move, let it speak. A side part works wonders with this style. It breaks up symmetry, lifts one side of the face, and adds just enough height to balance out the lower half. And if you like a little extra softness, long curtain bangs or a sweeping fringe can add another layer of elegance without covering your features. Now let's talk color, because wavy hair loves dimension. Face framing highlights, soft balayage, or warm lowlights in tones like chestnut, caramel, or golden honey can reflect light in all the right places. They make your waves shimmer. They brighten your face without a drop of makeup. The soft, wavy lob isn't fussy. It doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, it's even more beautiful when it's a little undone, a little lived in, just like us. It's the kind of style that works with you, not against you. You can wear it loose on a Sunday morning, tucked behind one ear for an evening out, or tousled and air-dried on a beach walk. And no matter how you wear it, it whispers the same thing. I am still radiant. I am still evolving. And I am still worthy of being seen. Because aging isn't the end of beauty, it's the deepening of it. And when your hair moves with softness, with shape, and with intention, it becomes more than style. It becomes language. It becomes a gentle reminder that you don't have to change who you are, you just have to honor her. Let's be honest, aging isn't always easy, not because we don't want to grow older, but because no one taught us how to feel beautiful while doing it. We look in the mirror and things have shifted. Our faces soften. Our jawlines blur, and sometimes we wonder if the woman looking back at us is still us. But here's the truth no one tells you enough: you haven't faded. You've transformed, and transformation doesn't ask for permission, it asks for grace. What you've seen in this video isn't about pretending to be younger. It's not about chasing some version of who you used to be. It's about celebrating who you are right here, right now, with softness, with wisdom, and with style. Because a thoughtful haircut isn't just a beauty choice, it's an act of self-respect. It says, I still matter. I still deserve to feel radiant. I still want to walk into the world with my head held high. Whether you choose the elegance of a long bob, the movement of soft layers, the bold ease of a long pixie, or the gentle curves of a wavy lob, every style you saw today wasn't about hiding. It was about revealing, refining, reclaiming. Because you're not invisible, you're not outdated, and you are most certainly not done. Your story is still unfolding. Your light is still glowing. And if your hair can reflect even a fraction of that quiet fire inside you, then that's not vanity. That's a celebration. So go ahead, choose the cut that lifts your features and your spirit. Wear it like the crown you've earned, not because you want the world to look at you, but because you're ready to look in the mirror and love what you see. You've grown, you've evolved, and you're more beautiful now than you've ever been. Not despite the years, but because of them. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this video made you feel seen, understood, or simply inspired, please consider subscribing or sharing it with a woman who needs this reminder too. You are not alone on this journey, and you never have to hide to feel beautiful again. Stay graceful, stay radiant. And until next time, keep shining.